I remember that.
Hey guys, welcome to another iteration of the My Hero Academia Manga Chapter Reads. We are here with two chapters. We've had a bit of a holiday break, if you will, and we're trying to do some catch up. Oh, and of course, as usual, joining me is Mark.
Hello.
Mark, there's something that we always do before every new manga chapter, and what would that be?
Recap episode.
Yes, we got the recap episode. So, we are covering chapters 376 and 377, I believe. And then, but before that, we're going to just do a quick recap on 375, which was pretty much going back onto the island where we saw Araka, Asui, and Toga fighting. Essentially, this is when Warp comes in. Takes her away. Araka, Sue, they chase after, and then you see them at the oh god, what? Hold on. There we go. I'm so happy that the manga will just kind of give you exactly what the location is. The Gunga Mountain Villa ruins. So that's where the other fight was going on with All for One, Endeavor, Hawks, etc. They were just holding them off. All for One was doing his regenerative stuff, and then we get the Infinite Doubles Sad Man's Parade, and Hawks is like, kill them now. Do it.
He's like, kill them now.
And that's pretty much
before he lays eggs.
quick before he procreates.
That's how it is in any movie. It's always like you want to take them down before they start laying eggs, because then there's more of them.
That's understandable. Okay. It's weird. I think I may have seen the cover art for this one prior to us even covering it, but
376.
yes, 376.
Very Dragon Quest.
Yes, they touch up on the old dragon designs that they had, if not just improved on them from the last time we ever saw them.
Although I look at Ida and I just think Fried Emblem.
Yeah. Oh my God, he is a Fire Emblem character through and through.
He looks like Ike.
He looks like your default Great Knight / Paladin class that is so strong and just kind of carries you for the early chapters until you get strong enough to just carry on your own.
You never see him again.
Sometimes they'll it kind of depends. Some of them will grow alongside you. Some of them you just won't use anymore because their growths are not as good as your starting units or new ones.
And some you don't get until the end of the game. Looking at you, Dragon Quest.
Looking at you, Nino, and Fire Emblem. Jesus, she's really. Sorry. That's a huge tangent. Let's focusing back on the cover here. I love what they did with the kicks. It's crazy. They made them into boots.
They did make the kicks into boots. Because look, you see the tongue. That tongue go all the way up his knee.
That's so.
It does, where the tongue is supposed to be. It connects into the boot, and the boot goes all the way up.
Is this a new fashion trend? Are we gonna adopt this? Is this the new drip?
Honestly, I'd wear it.
I'd see if I can make it work for sure.
I like how on Izuku's cape, he's got that small little shoulder of dragon skin armor.
Yeah, I do see that.
Todoroki over here looking like an isekai protagonist.
He does. He reminds
Araka looking like she's straight out of Little Witch Academia.
Yeah, actually. I like what they did with Kaminari.
Oh yeah. Is there Kaminari?
Yeah, he's in the far back.
I think that's Hawks.
No. Closer to the center. Yeah.
I see him now where he's yeah, I see what you mean. Now he's a bard.
Mm-hmm.
I like what they do with Bakugo. Barbarian-esque.
Yeah. I feel like what was it? We have he's kind of different from his other design.
Yeah, he's got another design that's very barbarian.
Yeah.
Kirishima, also very barbarian.
Oh, on the far left side? Yeah, I think that feels a little bit more like Bakugo's old design. And
Aizawa kind of a mix of a bard and a rogue.
Yeah. A thief, if you will.
and then we have Endeavor, who is absolutely a Black Knight.
That's cool. I wouldn't expect it. It's just so out of like his colors, except for red here and there, but it works.
The black works on him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's still got both his arms.
I mean, yeah. I mean, just a quick aside. You know how when New Year's came around, they were doing it was the year of the rabbit. So they had Mirko, and well,
Yeah.
they kind of need to have all of her limbs there.
Did they actually draw her with all of her limbs?
At least her arms, yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, it's understandable.
I mean, she was way. I mean, I still love Mirko, but I won't lie, she was way hotter when she had all her limbs.
I think they probably did that just like as a nice clean slate, but also just to avoid spoilers later for those who are just like witnessing it for the first time.
Probably.
And then get into that shock value. She loses her leg, her arms. What the fuck?
Chips one of her ears.
That's right. That does happen. Oh, but yeah, sorry.
She's been through it, bro.
We got chapter 376 that we're starting off with. On Knife's Edge, it says. It's pouring right now. It looks like, yeah, this is the Gunga village still.
A storm.
This is in our thoughts. We still haven't had a chat about romance. This is Araka with Sue following suit. They just fell out of the portal, and you just see these tiny panels like on the left hand side of just all Twice clones. This Twice looks over, it just says, "Can't take a hint," as it melts away in the next page. This is a 2-pager.
Yeah, it's like Toka underneath.
Yeah, it shows Toga as it melts away. I'm not some blushing schoolgirl in love anymore. You got that, Hero? So she's now established like the relationship they now have. Previously,
She said she has now fully transitioned into villain.
A full villain. Anyway, we just like in the center there's a huge manga panel that takes up 2 pages, and it's just the Twice cones like, yeah.
Fucking look like the putty men from Power Rangers.
Yeah, it really. I guess when devising up the quirk, that's probably the idea. It's just like they look like a bunch of henchmen all together.
It's like Twice is the personality of Deadpool, but the quirk that's just like makes you think of the putty men. Like anything that could just be like a bunch of guys.
What's going on here?
Ouch, hot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna assume that's something on Dobby, right? Because Dobby's,
It's probably fire coming from Dobby.
yeah. We got fall back for now. Get behind my earthen wall. Oh man, I need to get the names all situated again. It's been a while. That's one of the
I
Pussycat
believe
dots.
that's one of the Pussycats. Is that? I don't think that's Mandalay.
Yeah, Mandalay's the pink one. The blue one is let's see. Better find out.
I always remember Mandalay's name.
Right. I think it's because she's kind of like more of the prominent character out of the 3 when it comes to like Coda. Pixie Bob.
Pixie Bob, that's it.
We got the mushroom girl from class what was it, 1B?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, again? Really? I can't spread my spores with all this fire shroom.
Oh, it's fire. Shroom.
Beast guy from the same class. Get those tied up villains out of here, or else they'll burn into a crisp. So they still got to focus on like making sure that they don't like die. Sue says, not just Carl Gary, Dobby's here too. I hope Todoroki and Shoji are okay.
Justin, my neon activation's going off again. My neurons are activating.
What's going on? Are you
Look at that. You see where it says float?
Shall that be the thumbnail?
Monkey poop. I just noticed it. I was like, I see you, Horikoshi.
Mineta sees this. If he had like the power to look into like the like from our perspective, he'd be the same way.
Probably.
Oh, sorry, I'll just take this last like half of this page. Next one it says Gravity Froppy. This is Jiro Tokoyami. She's still riding him. Tsukiyomi, earphone jack. Yeah, I know. The moment I said those words, I immediately thought of what we were talking about when this happened.
I'm sure there's a dojin out there somewhere.
It's already been done. It's been written. It's been pressed out. It may have made some sales for like fan artists out there.
We'll see.
The battle. This is Tsukiyomi. The battle of doom to devolve into chaos. Oh no. Oh, this is. Oh yeah, first name basis here. Kyoka, your ear. I count myself lucky. That this is all the demon lord took from me. That being
She's
awful
not
one.
wrong. He could have taken a lot more.
She's taking it pretty well. Also, maybe adrenaline rush too. Since the Twice army came out of the same warp gate as you two, I'm guessing that's actually Toga. Zaraka. All of Japan will be buried unless we stop her. Tsukiyomi. But Dabi's raging heat is far too fierce. Toga keeps multiplying despite the fire, so all we can do is flee. Nice little sit rep telling us the circumstances going on.
Yep. And as we peer into this next page, I am the storm that is
Bro.
Like legit, that's what I thought of as soon as I saw the rain and all this. I was like, what in the bury the light?
Are you motivated?
Are you motivated? We see Dabi or Toya, whatever you want to call him. He is standing. He's using his fire to keep himself afloat in the rain, staring down at Endeavor fighting off Twices with one arm and both of his legs.
Oh my god.
And he says, and they say here, this is no proper battle not anymore. The strategy to divide and conquer has failed. So that means basically we were doing good with the divide and conquer, yeah, but that plan's got out the window now.
Yeah.
We see Endeavor here. Those flames on his chest. Is that the phosphor move Shoto mentioned? We see him. We see Endeavor here. Toya, what did you do to Shoto? Then we see Toya looking like something out of Fire Force.
Yeah, he's inflamed.
I was hoping to bring you his head, but he was a tough cookie. Now my grand dream will never come true, but at the very least, I'll take as much as I can. Whatever you hold dear, whatever you try to protect. Then we see All for One.
That's right. It's such a okay, now I can make it out because like it's such a tiny panel amongst all these other big ones.
Why does this panel of him right here just give me big like? This looks like it would be on a card.
The small panel right here, or like the next one after.
It's like
the next page.
As soon as you turn to the next page and you see that like the top profile of All for One, I'm like this looks like it would be on a trading card.
Well, see, yeah, they gotta take notes. This is it.
This is All for One. The wind now blows my way, cascading chains of events. They're all working in my favor. Kurogiri probably warped himself to tomorrow's location. Optimally, I would have obtained that long-range warp quirk for myself, since it's superior to my imperfect sludge warp. And less growth.
Yeah, for everybody involved.
Also, I want to know what quirks had to. So it must have been a warp, and someone got together and they combined their sludge and warp quirks into one sludge warp.
Yeah, I guess that's something you wouldn't really be born with.
No, you would be born with that if you had a parent that had each of his powers. That's the only way I could see that becoming a quirk.
Yeah, I guess that's true. He just steals them. He doesn't really mold them together.
Yeah. So not that it matters. I'll ride this wave of chaos. And boom, as you see him take off like a
fucking Dragon Ball character.
Dude, it really is like it's a Dragon Ball character.
You can even hear the sound effects.
And get myself to Tamura. We see Hawks coming in hot as
Whoa.
he goes to strike all for one. Oh, Hawks, you should face up to Bobby Gawara's dying wish. Hawks bleeding a little bit from his forehead. We know that the rewind effect. We know the rewind effect puts you on a timer, but you sure seem in an awful hurry, pal. What? Don't you have faith in Shigaraki? In that perfect body of yours? So discerning. As we see the zoom in on his face right there. That's a face of you talking shit?
Oh, you're talking shit.
In the truest sense, that body is not yet complete. There's a reason why this version of me is still essential.
That's true. Otherwise, he wouldn't really need to like activate Ares quirk.
Bro, this serious stare down from Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll take care. You want to take this? Yeah, this is the last page. Take it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take these ones. Up in the sky, Hawk is saying, "Endeavor! The divide and conquer plan is a bust. Our allies can't battle in this nasty heat, and if we all fall here, the villains are gonna converge on Deku and Tomura. Please put a stop to Toya." This is all for one. Such a cruel command for that one-armed, half-conscious fellow. Scar looking at us.
You go bring that up, man.
One arm, half-conscious, Scar.
Anakin Skywalker head ass.
Anakin head ass.
Guts head ass.
Black Knight wannabe looking at us.
Black Knight head ass.
As you so nicely put, defeating me post haste is his mission here. Yet you tell him to abandon his duty? That's enough.
I mean, he already beat you once.
It's true. I was like, that's enough bullcrap out of you. After all, you already lost once to our number one. He ain't abandoning his duty or any duty.
That look.
Yeah. No other expression, but off one's like, splitting hairs.
Like,
I see.
He's like, oh, you trying to piss me off now?
I think it's kind of working. Anyway, cutting to like these last couple panels, we got Toya like charging in.
The Fire Force theme's blaring right now.
Yeah. Endeavor is he's charging up. You hear the whoosh. It says duty. This time around, I'm really seeing you.
This time around, I'm really seeing you.
And that's 376. I'm actually happy about this. Now we got the next one.
The fan translation, I felt like it hit so much harder with what he said there.
What'd he say?
Like, let me pull up the fan translation just real quick, just so I can tell you exactly what it was. Because to me personally, I felt more of an impact from it.
But yeah, I actually really like. Yeah, I really like Hawks in this chapter.
Mainly because Hawks is doing a great job.
I like the initiative he's taking. I mean, obviously, like we have our class 1A, and they just got back together, and a portion of them, and they're just kind of telling each other what's going on. It's interesting. Like they're kind of talking amongst themselves. Hawks is like separate from them, but pretty much has the exact same idea as they do.
I can't. They replaced it with the official page, which I mean, yeah, they should. But what they did say in the fan translation originally was something along the lines of, "This time I'll watch out for Toya," or "This time I'll take care of Toya."
Oh,
I was like,
that
character development.
That's good. I like that.
It's like he's just saying, "This time I'm gonna help my son."
I guess, yeah, you could also see it as that as well. I think this is for me, like,
because before he didn't handle Toya the right way. He knows that, and I think in this battle he's looking to either come to terms or at least they're going to fight it out.
And I think this translation gives you the idea that he's actually looking at Toya, not Dabi. He's finally facing him. He's confronting him. Whereas, like in the past, Toya would probably think of him as being neglected, not being noticed. Even though that wasn't true, of course.
it wasn't the case. Like, I understand. That's why I always say it's not fully Endeavor's fault, and it's not fully Toya's fault. I would chalk it up to he had it. Toya unfortunately had his hopes crushed, and Endeavor didn't do the best in terms of. And it wasn't even Toya's fault. It wasn't Endeavor's fault either. It just happened with his genes. Like there was nothing they could do about that.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Well,
Toya Toya couldn't handle the. He wasn't doing good with coping with that fact, and
mm-hmm.
Endeavor wasn't sure how to help him cope with that either.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just that Toya. You could shift blames toward like Endeavor primarily, because of just like how the upbringing came about and how to deal with like the aftermath. Knowing that Toya couldn't handle like his own flames, Endeavor tried to like push him away just so he doesn't end up like really hurting himself because he did
Yeah,
care.
and he tried to tell him like you need to stop using your quirk. Your body cannot handle it.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He also wasn't like acknowledging like the effort that Toya was putting into in that training.
Yeah, that's
Which,
why I say it's part. It's they both have a hand in it because, of course, Toya did things that were completely inexcusable, and Endeavor could have been a better father. But at the same time, we saw that he did genuinely love Toya,
mm-hmm.
and he genuinely always wanted the best for Toya. But Toya and him had miscommunication. They didn't do things the best they could. It's very much it's a very tragic and sad thing that could have been different.
Yeah, I think the best way to have gone about it otherwise would have been just to raise him just to be the best that he could be, and not necessarily put him on this very high pedestal that he's known for all of his life, and then proceed to like break it down.
You gotta. It's kind of like how you can't just. It's. I guess some people can, but it's normally not. It's not advised to quit something cold turkey.
Yeah, yeah, he's
You
off of
gotta
it.
get a wean off of it.
Yeah.
It's like you take a little bit away, just
Mm-hmm.
little by little, with him until maybe Toya will be better.
Mm-hmm. Also, I just noticed the panel like of Hawks like shouting out to Endeavor. You see Endeavor, and it looks like he swiped off twice his head.
What he just like straight up like knocked it off,
I think so.
just punched his head off,
it's it's really
like
fun.
fucking Gohan against the Cell Juniors, where he literally punched one's head
Yeah.
off.
Granted, they're all goop, but it's like it's so funny.
I remember because that's what that makes me think of. Is I remember that when Gohan just went after the Cell Juniors and literally punched one of their heads off. It was like Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Okay, but we got 377. Got the twofer.
Super double feature.
Double feature. Man, are we in the movie theaters for this double feature? Damn.
Like with a double feature, isn't it usually like you see one movie, then they're like, okay, everyone take a rest, and then you come back and you watch another movie.
Sometimes like that, yeah. I think what was it? Demon Slayer is gonna have like some kind of like twofer or something like that, a double feature of sorts. I think they're gonna just play like a couple episodes here and there, or yeah, they're gonna do like a couple episodes and then they'll have like an hour long like feature of the new arc, something like
Of the
that.
Swordsmith Village.
Yeah.
They kind of need it after what happened in the last arc. Swordsmith probably needed.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a while, but let's focus our attentions over to 377 now. This is a change. There's certainly a shift in chapters here.
Let's look at these calming cherry blossoms. Let's look at these nice relaxing cherry blossoms.
Calming cherry blossoms with narration. As the heroes withered, the villains thrived. This is number 377. The chain thus far. Due to the gap in power, achieving victory through standard tactics was as unlikely as grabbing hold of a thin, fleeting thread. You have this withering hand trying to grasp at these cherry blossoms, but not so much in success. Instead, the heroes strategize to divide their foes and calm the or sorry, not calm, claim the advantage. But a raging tempest began to blow. Now it's darkness. We damn dude, we shift over to the All for Shiggy fight. We got the portal showing up right behind Aizawa, Manuel, and oh my god, why am I forgetting his name? This is not the last. This certainly isn't going to be the last time I keep forgetting names here. Thankfully, we got the wiki right here. Yes, Monoma. As Aizawa looks around, he's like, Yamada, as presents Mike's first name. Wait, that means, or his just given name. That means, and it shows like a shot of Kurogiri. And then out of that, pops in twice. Actually,
Oh god, there are multiple places.
correction, multiple twice. And they freak out immediately. As they should. Immediately they try to like fight back. But twice like bring like Monoma down to the ground. He didn't deserve that.
Dude, Ajwa broke out his sword.
Oh, you're right. He did bring out the knife, and he immediately started slicing. Good reaction. Oh my god! I just looked at the next page. I just
Manuel's face is when you're a Twitch streamer and someone redeems the hydrate. Also, you see the problem here was they took their eyes off of him.
Yeah, so that well, first of all, that's like really good planning on their end. But now you turn to the next page and you just see some craziness going on.
Like you know that like bass sound for the like they do in videos.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
When I see this, I just think of the like that bass sound effect they do in memes. Just
was it the or is it the
like that? A little bit more like that. Just,
okay. Yeah. I got that one from actually what was it? Fire Force actually. Where it's like Benimaru was like, I'm gonna borrow your move. He's like,
I remember that. Benimaru's such a badass.
Oh, here we go. So
like, Benimaru is the Levi of Fire Force.
I think so. Sorry guys. The next page is honestly honestly, I can't really quite make that out.
It is. I can tell you what that is.
It looks like
a body coming out of the body.
It looks like All for Shiggy molting.
Yeah, he's sort of like. I just imagine.
Oh yeah, I can hear it. I can see it.
He's just like.
It's just like. I am the storm that is approaching. And then when it drops, that's when this huge like explosion happens. Just totally visible, like if you're looking like outside. Yeah. Below the UA campus, in tiny like panels,
a power barrier is fucked.
Yeah, it's gone. I think it's dead and gone now. A power line was busted. I can't pop in a spare. The corners we cut for the super rush job are coming back to bite us. What, the electromagnetic barrier? What's left is holding up, but the output isn't stellar.
There's something left.
I guess so. This is Mandalay. This is Mandalay. We lost flight control. Huh? Momo says like, wait, what? I repeat, we've lost control.
We're going down. Mayday, mayday.
All right, I guess I'll take this last page right here. Says, at last, I'm in. Prepare for your downfall, heroes. It's that one guy, the guy in the chair.
Yeah, skeptic.
Mm-hmm. what's more, the control center island is under attack, and the Phantom Thief is unable to perform his role. Man,
This is intense looking at Izuku right here.
yeah, you see Izuku, he's like being pushed back too. He looks out, he notices something. All right, Mark, going to you.
Erasure is no longer active. The deadliest villain of all is about to be unleashed. And we see that Izuku's just looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
It's Kurogiri. What happened at Central Hospital? And we see once UA falls, all of Japan. No. And we see some of the heroes in the support class still trying to get things fixed. Go to the next page and we see Shigaraki it's like zoom, zoom. The entire world. What's tearing away? Is Izuku saying this? Is he shedding skin? He's not moving. And then we see, you know, those feet for free?
For free, bruh?
See those feet? What if I told you that it's me here now? What would you want to do? Then we see that is intense. Izuku's face right there. And then we see him and all the previous predecessors.
Yeah, they were asking about where Shigaraki was.
We see Shigaraki sit down for a chat at the mall. For those who don't remember, that's a throwback to when he ambushed Izuku at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't happening, hero. After all, I am your villain. Let me see. Will be destroyed by his hands. That's the Shigaraki persona. So basically, he knows right now who's talking to him is Shigaraki.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this isn't all for one. This is the actual Shigaraki. We cut to the woods over here, and then we see I'm in. Skeptic here. Naturally, UA system was doomed to fall to my skills. Even their subterranean evacuation system is putty in my hands now. The ignorant masses and heroes who cling to the old ways will perish in the name of liberation.
Bzz. Bzz.
You see Izuku right here? If the school comes crashing down, Yaoyorozu and everyone below are doomed. I've got to keep UA in the air. At the same time, I need to keep an eye on Kurogiri so that Shigaraki can't escape. Crap! It's all too much. I can't breathe. I need air. All you, man. Finish her up.
Yeah. I will say...
Easy.
Easy. Okay, well, I mean, this, because of how it's formatted like online, of course I see like the big shot image. I will say this was spoiled, but I was
I'm not surprised. It was also highly unexpected.
Yeah, we've been asking for it though. Anyway, let me just before skipping ahead, let me just read this page here. The blowback from the powered up gear shift quirk as he slumps over. When my cells don't get a second to rest, my body can't get enough oxygen.
That's the drawback.
Mm-hmm. I said you can't fall just yet. This is second user. However, there's a silver lining to this dark cloud. All for one is having serious problems keeping those identities unified. He's talking, all for Shiggy. Those of us within All for One, or One for All, resonate with All for One, so we can peer into each other's inner workings. So at the moment, it seems he's in no position to manipulate the flesh he's possessing right now. Do whatever it takes to make your own body act, even 1 second faster. The chain of events leading to this moment will be your power. Found you. That skeptic's like, huh? Skeptic's over here like, what the? And it took a while, but you finally showed yourself. Hunting you down was no walk in the park. But nothing's too much for me. So I'm all here because this is all for Gentle's sake. Former crime clip uploader villain La Brava.
You see,
Man, dude.
I think it's like Sukachi in the back.
Yeah, he's like, oh boy. All right, I'll
He's
believe you.
like,
I'm gonna leave you to it.
he must have seen they were. He's like, we know somebody.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like, who are we gonna get to help us? We need help from a hacker.
Like, well,
We may have somebody.
we gotta. It's legitimately every single corporation's like this. Like, so, that person just previously hacked us. We got you. So, can you help us with our security?
And she said it's for Gentle's sake, so I imagine they must have cut her a deal.
Yeah, lighter
Like Gentle's
sentence.
release.
Lighter sentence, or I mean, hell, we might see him later on.
I mean, Gentle isn't a bad guy. He really isn't.
Yeah, I think he could help out in some sense, and it would just be like a really quick like cameo. We'll see.
Especially because we saw
nice.
like his quirk in combination with La Brava's was enough to actually do something against One for All.
Yeah.
Like his quirk can be used in combat.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure in the combat sense, but can definitely support. If anything, maybe somewhere else.
I mean, we saw he was able to fight with it.
Yeah, he is able to fight with it, but like in these high stakes, I don't think anyone would want to put him just right there.
Honestly, he'd be super useful to Izuku in the air right now because he can make platforms.
Good point.
Then again, Izuku has float, so he wouldn't really need the platforms. But then again, it could be a nice little springy thing to go off of.
Yeah, just to let him like think for a little bit, because if there's anything I'm taking away from like Deku's like state of mind right now, it's like so chaotic right now, and he's just trying to manage everything. It's already like difficult enough for him to like utilize every single quirk, but now he has it like down to like he has to keep in mind that he just utilized like gear shift, so he's now just like he can't really like move a lot and breathe.
That's the thing. He said that's the drawback of gear shift. His cells need time to rest. Like they need a second to like
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, he's gonna have a hard time breathing.
Yeah, and you obviously wouldn't really be able to move. So right now he can't really. Well, I mean, right now he's just very. He's just witnessing what's going on right now, and he's just trying to devise the next move. So if anyone,
I want to think about how that correlates to his cells. Honestly, like I want to take that, like I want to death battle science this. Like just see, like I want to think if I could think about like what is the connection between, like what would like you because obviously your cells are living, breathing things. Like we're a multi like we're organisms that are made out of several millions upon billions of cells.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just thinking in my head. I'm thinking, okay, so what what would our cells need to use in order to basically need a second to rest and require more oxygen?
Well, if they're all being used up, well, I mean, this is like going a little bit more scientific and also like fiction wise, because it's definitely not the first time like some kind of like manga slash like shonen character is like said that like cells need a rest or cells are aching right now. I'm looking at Sasuke. I'm looking at Itachi.
I'm looking at Sasuke.
That's Sasano. Like literally, the first time he used it, like he said that every like cell in his body feels like it's aching right now. So I guess like in well, quirks are kind of interesting because they all like affect different parts of the body, and they try to take it on in a scientific manner. But there's also quite a bit of like fluff in the air. Yeah, pseudoscience. So if it's every single like thing in his cell in his body requiring the need to rest to like to help him gather oxygen. So I mean I'm still at a loss for it, but it just means like he just needs to stop moving so that like everything could just, because otherwise I guess you could just say that every cell is like just active but not in like the normal sense but just like in a hyper awareness sense.
Right.
I guess similar to how like there's lots to kind of go on, but I remember this is not exactly one for one, but I remember in the entertainment district in Demon Slayer, it was Tanjiro activating his new ability, his technique, and then it took Nezuko subconsciously to tell him to stop, and he needs to breathe.
Oxygen. You need oxygen.
So this might be one of those cases where like you're pushing your body so far to the point where like some other like parts some other normal aspects of human function has like cannot catch up with you.
They just take a back seat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's as far as I can really like think about it. But that is I don't know if there's anything else I want to go off of, but all I can say is that this is pretty much just to tell you that the guys are all kind of screwed, but thankfully La Brava will help kind of teeter like the balance here and there.
Hopefully.
But otherwise, yeah, the whole thing about Shigaraki showing up, I had a feeling that he would show up later on, but I wasn't expecting it here. Fact is, it is Shigaraki talking, but Second made like a good point in the sense that like, all right, this is it. So right now, because it's Shigaraki, that means All For One doesn't have full control. So now you gotta do what you gotta do. So you're gonna have to talk Dojutsu him for a little bit, if you can.
Basically, he's just like, well, but I mean, Shigaraki's basically saying, I mean, hey, you plan on talking, but let me tell you right now, yeah, they ain't gonna do shit.
I mean, it takes some choice words and like a bit of a beatdown to make that work.
We'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. It's probably gonna play out like they're gonna end up fighting. No words are gonna get through. It's only when Shigaraki can't do anything but listen.
You're gonna listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
You can't move right now. Okay, fine. I'll hear you out.
Yeah.
The only thing that's working right now are my eyes and ears.
It's as Angus put it, like at our lowest lows, we're open to the greatest change. So in this case, Shigaraki just needs to like stop doing what he's doing and then listen to some choice words.
Would you stop being a menace for 5 minutes?
Hopefully Nana could say something. Although I don't know if she could really say much.
That'd be nice if she could say something.
Yeah. It's also one of those things where like Nana's been far removed from that family. On her own, like on her own, by her own terms.
I mean, she removed herself from the family because she wanted them to be safe.
Right. Couldn't get involved, but that means she also closed off any like closer connections she could have had.
And unfortunately, her son took it the wrong way.
Yeah. And that led to all this. I also
you try to protect your kid, and this is what happens.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where it's like, if you don't really like involve the other party, then it may not work exactly as you would want. There needs to be some kind of like understanding to it. Otherwise, people take it a whole different way. This literally ties back to like Endeavor and Toya.
Oh yeah. It's like you gotta make sure that message came across crystal clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Hopefully Monoma is okay. I mean, granted, they got like Aizawa for a little bit, and though that's kind of a bit of a panic. There's like multiples of Twice showing up right there. Hopefully,
there's so many of them.
Yeah. Because we still have to remember.
Aizawa immediately was ready.
Grabs the sword.
And Manuel's just like, oh shit.
Yeah, he's being like pulled back too. Man, dude, it's pretty chaotic.
It's very chaotic. I'm just curious to see where the next chapter is gonna go.
Yeah, like I also kind of want to see Gentle now. Where's Gentle?
Well, just the fact that she said this is for Gentle's sake is what makes me think, okay, they cut a deal of some sort.
They cut a deal, so he might show up. He may not. It might just be related to like his sentence. and that's it. But having said that, though, to get everyone on all hands on deck, I think Gentle could definitely like pull his own weight and kind of help out a lot. So we'll see if he can be incorporated in that way. I was thinking the only front that we haven't really been following up on is back on that very same place where like everyone got teleported. A lot of people just stayed behind.
Oh yeah, back where Aoyama is.
Yeah, because I kind of wanted to see how that played out. I want that to play out kind of like a One Piece episode, where it's like it really is just like. Meanwhile, over here, and they have their own battle. And
Meanwhile,
their own like conflicts, and then the resolution, and them taking the dub. Because Aoyama needs that.
yeah, because they're fighting that dandelion guy.
Yeah. But I think that's everything. So the next chapter 378 is going to be coming out in like 2 weeks. So that's good for them. Take their breaks. And then we'll jump into that chapter when that does release. Yeah. I think that's everything. Mark, is there anything else you would like to add before we call?
No, I think we got it.
Alrighty. In that case, we'll go and call it for this twofer. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next chapter read. So until then, take it easy, everybody. #bye, everyone.